All right, here we go. We're back for another episode of Shitty Dad Podcast, episode 3. I am Blair, and with me today again, as always, is
Joey.
all right. So we're done Christmas. We made it through it. And yeah, it was chaotic. We were right down to the last minute getting parcels, like legit Christmas Eve. We had packages show up for the kids' Christmas, and Crystal was like frantically wrapping stuff that night. So that was good. I'll tell you the one thing that you kind of are always leery of is doing the Santa thing. And I'm paranoid the kids are going to wake up and doing stockings and it's like midnight, but we let them stay up late. Are they going to get up to pee? Do they need water? And because this year, Victoria caught her mom setting up the elf for Elf on a Shelf.
I got busted too.
Did you? Who busted
Well,
you?
the kids did. So it was in the tree, but it had fallen out overnight. So I went, they were getting changed for
Yeah.
whatever, and I went to pick it up. This was actually, this is before we went to Mexico, actually.
Oh,
And
okay.
then when I picked it up and I went to put it in the tree, and you just hear Boston gasp, and he was all like, "You killed Chippy," because I guess that's the thing. If he loses his magic, so I'm like, no. I was like, adults are allowed to. I'm like, I just didn't want the dogs to get him, right? And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And so
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so that's the thing now. Is like, we've got them convinced that adults can touch him.
Yeah.
He doesn't lose his magic. It's only kids that'll kill him.
Lose magic. Yeah. Yeah. Chippy loses his magic. Well, it's like, we were, this is awful. Okay. So what happened was last year we had a newer puppy, like Millie was new, right? So she got into the elves and chewed them all to shit, right? So at the end of the year last year, we chucked the elves out with the intent of getting new elves, but we didn't have the kids during the whole Elf on a Shelf thing, really. So when I went and picked up the kids, I was like, shit, I forgot. Like, it wasn't like on the first, like, we had them like the first weekend of December. So I was, okay, like, I got to get the elves out of the garage. We had 2 elves and they had babies.
Oh, you're that family
We're that family.
with the
Well, that's
babies.
Crystal. That's Crystal, right? She's all about it, right? So
Oh
we had
man.
2 elves and babies and sleighs and the whole shebang. So, anyways, so we're out there and I'm looking for these elves and I can't find them. They're gone. And then Crystal's like, "Shit, you threw them out." I'm like, "Yeah, I did. I chucked the elves out. So, uh, can you stop and get an elf?" Well, try to find an elf on the 12th of December.
Where do you find them?
You can't. Canadian Tire had one left and it was brown. Okay. So our elf went to Mexico and got a suntan. Then he came back. So that was all good. But while we're driving home and Crystal's going everywhere trying to find an elf, and there's like, she was like using Uber, she was using everything trying to find elves. She went to 4 or 5 stores, there's no elves anywhere. Finally, Canadian Tire had one left. So we're on our way home, and Victoria sends us a text message, and she's like, "By the way, I know that the elf isn't real." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So I like text her back. I'm driving and she's like behind me. And I'm like, I know I'm supposed to text and drive, but I do it all the time. Anyways, fine. So I text her back and I'm like, "Victoria," I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, elf's real?" And she's like, "I caught mom setting the elf up. I've been helping her all week." I'm like, "Fuck."
Oh,
And Crystal just literally got home with this elf. She'd been to like 10 stores trying to find, and it's brown. So it's like, okay.
so what happened to his family? They leave him or what?
Yeah. So because the family had grown, they had to stay at the North Pole, and we got a new elf this year.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Too much work with all these elf children. So that was that. Made it through Christmas. I got 33 pairs of socks, and
33?
yeah, I like fancy socks, like fun socks. Like I got socks with boobies. I got socks with burritos. I got socks with coffee cups. Uh,
33.
33 pairs. I got socks that today are purple and neon yellow with tacos on them. Yeah.
I think I have like 6 pairs of socks.
No, so like the dogs eat my socks all the time.
Oh,
So I get socks from the dogs every year for Christmas because they eat them.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever. So this year I got more socks than I usually get. I got 33 pairs. I counted them, and it was fun.
That's a big, you have a lot of room for those. It's a lot of
Yeah,
socks.
takes the whole drawer.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I got 33 pairs of socks, a Blackstone, like a little, like one like you've got, like the little Blackstone for camping, and a computer chair, a new one, because this one massages,
Ooh,
and
it's a good one.
it's got a leg rest. So
Yeah.
office days no longer will jam up my back. So that's kind of cool.
You know what's crazy is, have you ever looked at how expensive office chairs are?
Yeah, they're big money.
Like, they're
Shit.
brutally overpriced.
I know, like you can crank them up to like 700-800 bucks real quick for some of these like high tech gaming type chairs.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, I don't know. This one's pretty swanky. It's got different armrests that you can kind of pull forward and backwards, and it's got a massager. You plug into the USB port charger thing, and it's a light massage. And yeah,
it's awesome.
try it out. How'd you make out? Did you get anything really cool?
I got an Aura ring, which I had wanted because Tara's
Oh,
had one
yeah,
for a bit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I've been trying to dial in, just get a better sense of yourself, right? Which I
Uh-huh.
think we'll probably talk about in a future episode too. But
Yeah,
try and get those dialed in a bit. I got new AirPods, the new AirPod Pros,
sick.
um, which are pretty sweet, like them. So,
Yeah.
and Tara got me some other like small stuff. She got me like kind of like a dermal roller
Uh-huh.
because I'm losing my hair, so I get
Yeah,
to roll my hair out and try that.
yeah.
Then she bought me cups for my apartment because the cups I have in Grand Prairie apparently are suitable enough. So
Mhm.
I got some for my own. So yeah, no, it was good. We don't do huge gifts for each other, but
No,
like we booked Mexico for March, so that was one. I
yeah.
think,
That's a
I
to
think
us, from us, love us, Merry Christmas. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
kid free vacations always good, right? So
right on. That's
yeah,
a good one. Well, just reminding anyone who's watching this, Joey lives in Grand Prairie and works remote and then comes home. So he has
yeah,
two places. Yes. So
yeah. But I have
happily
like
married. Happily married.
happily married. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a crack shack I stay at in Grand Prairie, and then I have my house that I visit from time to time, as I like to
Mhm.
joke. Yeah.
That's always good. Yeah. And we haven't heard from Blue Chew yet.
No,
I think maybe by episode 10 they might reach out to us because yeah,
they better.
yeah, that'd be cool. That, or maybe like the Science and Humans people, we can get one of them to come on and talk to us on the podcast. I was thinking we should probably ask them, because since we both use them, may-
Hmm.
maybe they'll be down to come and hang out with us one day. I should
That's a
ask.
great idea.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today when I was driving. I'm like, I should ask our nurse if she'd be down to like jump on and do the pod with us one day. That'd be kind of cool,
Yeah.
and talk about a bunch of dad bod ERT topic stuff. But today's episode, we're going to talk about how dads are people. So let's see if we can roll the intro right this time, and then we'll get into it. So I don't know. This is one thing that kind of, talking to a few other people, that has kind of come up. And I think moms go through it too, where it's like, I'm a mom, I'm a mom, I'm a mom, but they never get told they're their own person, right? And I think the same is true for dads, where dads get this viewpoint by their kids where, like, well, he's just dad. He's not Blair. He's not Joey. He's just dad. And tying into that, that kind of takes this avenue where, like, are your feelings recognized? Are you recognized as like you're allowed to be frustrated and upset and have stress, and or is it just dad's supposed to be dad and this is how you're supposed to be all the time? Do you kind of follow what I'm saying? Because this I feel it sometimes for
Mhm.
sure.
No, I get what you mean for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, when you talk about that is, I think you see it a lot too in the society things like,
Mhm.
um, where it's a, I know it's probably a joke between spouses and that, where it's like
Yeah.
you get to look after the kids today and they
Mhm.
label that daddy daycare, and it's like,
Mhm.
or I'm just being a dad. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Things like that where I think where you're really on point is like our dad's supposed to be that very stonewall stoic
Mhm.
type of person. We're like, this is just dad. He's dad. Like you said,
Yeah.
does anyone really know anything more than just like dad duties and
Mhm.
being a dad and guiding children? Like what makes dad happy, or does dad have things that he likes to do on his own, or
Mhm.
things like that? I think that's huge for, I think, almost everyone as dads, right? So
Mhm. Well, and I kind of looked at it like this. It's like, okay, well, like I'm today, prime example, like today is like a shitty day for me as a dad because I'm taking my kids from here and I'm dropping them off with their mom, which is fine. I do it all the time. Um, but that's a lot. Like it's 2 hours there, it's 2 hours back. I'm alone 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So, like it's a lot. Like I go and pick up the kids and I'm driving for 2 hours by myself. I go and drop them off, then I drive home for 2 hours by myself. Um, it sucks. Like you miss your kids, you want to be with your kids, and those days are hard for me because I kind of feel like shit. I'm missing out. Like I do live 2 hours away. That was a choice I made because I met Crystal. My family also lives up here too. My brother and my mom and nephews and all that stuff all live here, and it's a better opportunity for me with my work to be located in a major center than down in Lethbridge. It's just how it is. Like I do a lot of business in Edmonton, so that puts me 2 hours closer to go and meeting my business partner and all these things. Whereas, so, like the kids are just like, oh, dad's supposed to be happy, bubbly, go lucky all the time, which I generally am. But like today was just kind of a shitty day. And I felt really like kind of bleh about the whole thing and taking them back to their moms. And we'd had a really good week and everything was great. And then, today both of them just like turned their brain off. And I think it had a lot to do with Christmas hangover, mentally. Kids don't get
yes,
hangovers, but a mental hangover where they'd had so much stimulation in one week and they're tired and it's a
yeah,
lot. And they're just kind of being stupid today. And I'm like, put your AirPods away and put that away. And why did you drop this? And like, can you pick that up? And we're going through all that. And I was mad. I'm like, not mad, frustrated. I'm like, come on, like girls. I'm like, get it together. Like, we've had an awesome week. This is a shitty way to end our week off when you guys are just kind of being a pair of boneheads. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And so, I kind of look back at it and I think it's one of those things where there is a stigma around like men talking about their feelings and emotions, and it's not something they do often. And like you got your wife and maybe you share with her. And I kind of broke that norm when my dad passed away. Shit, and like he's been gone 10 years. And
Mhm.
that happened, I was a mess. Like a mess. My dad is 53. I'm going to be 43, right? So,
Yeah.
and he's been gone 10 years. So I kind of looked at it and I'm like, I'm not going to go and talk to a therapist and be infantilized and dig up trauma and all this shit. I did it. I did it. Did it help? No,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit. But what I got the most out of was just talking to my friends and being like, hey, like I feel like a pile of shit today. I am tired. I am grumpy. I'm frustrated. This is what's going on. I feel sad. And as soon as I started having those conversations with my friends, and I've got a very core group of them, you being one of them, that's changed how I'm able to function on a day-to-day basis as, Blair. I'm not just dad, I'm Blair and that's who I am. I'm a person and I'm allowed to be bitchy and I'm allowed to be mad and I'm allowed to be sad and I'm allowed to be a lot of things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So having those conversations with my friend group has kind of brought them to the point where now they phone me and they're like, shit, like this is what's going on. I'm feeling really low. I'm feeling really shitty. I'm feeling super stressed. Money's fucking tight. Like, things that the people don't talk about. Like, when's the last time you sat down with somebody just like, and this could be a good friend. I have a lot of good friends that we are very surface,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's men. That's men in general. Things are very surface. Like, let's have a beer. We'll shoot the shit. We'll talk about work a little bit. We'll talk about sports a little bit. We'll talk about family a little bit. But it like, and they could be your best, like, really good friend from young. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, we're really surface. We don't talk about anything of any substance. Who are you? Like, where are you at to your core? Like, what's driving you? What's making you feel like you're being successful? What's making you feel like you're being held back? Where does this all stand? And I think it's rare. And I've talked to a lot of people, even like we go out to the lake, you meet a lot of people, everything's super chill, everything's super surface. You get to be friends with them, but do you really know them? I
Yeah, absolutely not.
don't think
Right.
so. Yeah. So that's kind of the one thing that I look at is like, the people who really know me for me have been the people that I've sat down with and been like, look, like this is where it's at. This is who I am to my core. This is what gets me out of bed in the morning. This is what drives me mental. This is just who I am as a person. And like, and we're all different and we all have ebbs and flows and this and that. But it's just like, do you really talk about it? Or is it just a surface level conversation, uh, that you've had with the same people for the last 30 years? And that's not who you are, though.
Yeah.
That's just who you are to them, right? Or who they are to you.
Yeah. No, that's totally understandable. I think I don't think there's many people you could ask, and if they had, I don't know, 10 friends,
Mhm.
could they say, even I would even say three of them
Uh-huh.
knew them on more than, as you explained, a surface level for sure, right?
Mhm.
That's very much just like you said, the way you're conditioned as a male. My generation, your generation was
Mhm.
just, there was no, you didn't talk about those things, right? It was just
Yeah.
kind of,
Taboo.
um, yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, like even when I was younger and, my stepmom would take me to, a psychologist or whatever, and just like, oh, he's got ADD or whatever. He's
Uh-huh.
whatever. It's like, okay, cool. Here's a pill, right? But did you ever get conditioned to sit down and talk about what made you as a kid feel the way you did? Like, it's like,
Mhm.
no, you
No.
don't now, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, even now with our kids, like, as frustrating as you want to get with them, you do try and remember to, like, okay, ask them the question, give them that moment to be like, okay, like, what are you feeling? Not what, like, I'm mad at my brother. Like, okay, like, what is making you mad, or how does that make you feel inside, right? And
Uh-huh.
then deal with kind of how that feeling is. But I was much the same as you. In my early 20s when I lost my stepmom, I
Mhm.
thought I was on that path to opening up, but then I think I just pushed everything
Walk
down and
away.
just, yeah, I'm just went to work, right? Went to work,
Mhm.
started a family, it was in there. And then, much like you, when my dad passed away about a year ago,
Uh-huh.
everything kind of changed
Yeah.
for me in that way. In learning to talk about your experiences, or what you're feeling, and sharing that information with people, and
Uh-huh.
that it doesn't make you a pussy. It doesn't make you less of a man. It actually, in my opinion, it makes you more of a man to be able to go to your friends and say, yeah, I don't feel good today. I don't sad. Or things like that, right?
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot stronger of a person, in my opinion, to talk to somebody that way than it is to just, I'm a man and I just push it inside and move on, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like either your heart's going to get you at, in your 50s or 60s, like you see people, right?
Uh-huh.
That's always the running joke is you just put it down so much, you just, and then your heart's just like, I'm out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it,
So,
right?
yeah.
A stress.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. And like, you can't live that way. And I think, and it's like you said, there's a lot of really good people who they compartmentalize all that stuff and it builds up on them for so long they just pop. Right.
Mhm.
And we all know the most miserable, cantankerous bastards are the ones that live the longest, right? But there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that go way too young. But maybe, maybe there's something to it. Maybe they just don't let their emotions fly. Like I remember having this conversation with my dad, and I was like, you know what? We never said I love you to each other ever, ever, till I was in 18, 19 years old. I remember having this conversation with him. He's like, we never said I love you. He's like, well, we didn't. I'm like, well, what changed? Like, why is it we don't get off the phone with each other without saying I love you to each other anymore? Or we don't, when we leave, hug and say goodbye and say I love you anymore. And it didn't just happen with me and him and me and him and my brother. It was our entire family. And when it started was my dad was 38 and had an aortic aneurysm and almost died. Like should have died, flat dead. Like that was it. Last call. And he made it through that. And then, and that's a killer for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And when he come through that, everything changed. And the change took place with him in that moment being like, life's too short,
Yeah.
right? Life's too short. You need to start making those changes. So that was the first kind of bridge in building that emotional aspect into me. It was like, it's okay to say I love you to everybody in your family when you say goodbye or, when you hang up the phone. We never did that. Never. And then we did. Then we all started doing it. Then when dad passed, then it was like, okay, now we got to talk about feelings because we don't. We were all still dipping. It's like you're dipping your toe into being able to express yourself all the way, but
Yeah.
you didn't really commit to it. And then it was like, okay, well, like now dad's passed. I know you're feeling some sort of way, grandma. Like, what's going on? Right? What's going on, uncle? Like, what's going on, auntie? What's going on, me? And then those conversations started to happen. And, my buddy Chad,
Hmm.
his mom died 3 months after my dad. So when his mom passed, and the two of us really kind of leaned into that at the same time. And so being that there's two of us in that friends group going through the same thing and kind of realizing you got to talk about this shit kind of brought the whole friends group into this is how we operate now. And it's okay. And we might not talk for 2 fucking months, but if I get a phone call at 2 o'clock in the morning and I answer it, I know that we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about some real shit and we're going to figure it out or we won't, but maybe we'll feel better at the end of the conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's a super important lesson. I think that's a lesson that I'm still learning,
Uh-huh.
um, and it's something I've definitely made an effort on to pass down to my kids as well. Right,
Uh-huh.
um, like I got Beckett's into these. He likes vinyl now, so I
Uh-huh.
got him. We got him like some. He's into this weird rap guy and all that. And so we got him some of them, but I got him two Kiss albums. So I took them to a Kiss show in Edmonton for their last show, and he opened it up and he looked at it and I said, "You might not get it now." And I go, "But when you're older and I'm not here, and maybe you're with your grandkids or your kids or whatever," I said, "you can open this album and it'll be a reminder of something we did together and something
Uh-huh.
that you can talk to your kids about." Because that's something that especially with the passing of my dad, is just everything he left me, and those feelings and emotions. And if I can set those things up for my kids now, and those not even like a milestone, but those little nuggets of me along the way throughout their life,
Uh-huh.
and bringing up the emotions, or like we did this with dad, and things like that, and we talked about these things, right? And
Uh-huh.
there's an item or something that can trigger that to them. I think I'm leaving my family in a better place than when I was in it, if that makes sense, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because like, yeah, much the same with you. Me and dad shared like I love yous, and that was never the issue, but
Uh-huh.
uh the feelings were right. Like I never knew in the last couple of years of my dad's life, his struggles or his feelings.
Uh-huh.
I found it all out reading his journals, but
Uh-huh.
when you read them now, it's like that. God damn, like I wish I knew, right? Like,
Yeah.
why didn't we have those conversations? So the lesson, unfortunately, a big one for me is not letting that happen, right?
Uh-huh.
And but I think, especially for me and my wife, I would like to say that the growth in me, I think, has definitely steadied and made our relationship better. And
Uh-huh.
now I'm working on that's always a work in progress, obviously, but it's working on your family and your kids that way,
Uh-huh.
and your friends as well, your close friends, to know that you're never really alone unless I think you choose to be, right?
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
it
But
is a choice,
yeah.
but if you're never given, the door isn't open to you, how much of a choice is it, right? So
Right.
I'm willing to open that door for most of my close friends anyways, right there.
Mhm. Yeah, well, just, like, sit down and ask, right? Or
Yeah.
and at the same point, you have to be able to be the one to, like, sit down and ask your friend and be
Hmm.
like, "What the fuck is going on with you?" Right?
Yeah.
And it's tough. Sometimes it's like, I can see and I've had it, like, "Dude, you are not good." And I can tell. Like, you're putting on the show, but you're drinking too much, or you're putting on the show, but, like, where is this all coming from? Like, what's the like, why did you do all these decisions, X, Y, and Z? This isn't out of character. Like, you're acting like an idiot. And really, it's just coping. They're just trying to find something to cope and feel good, or just get through because they got the uglies. They got something going on and they got to work it through. And they need people to bounce it off of. But again, there's too many surface people out there, and they don't know how to broach a subject because it's new for a lot of men in our age group. Now, these like the younger generation of men kind of behind us in their like 20s and early 30s, they fucking talk about their feelings all the time. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. I had a bunch work for me. They'd sit there and be blubbering about all kinds of shit. And I was like, this is too much, but it's good, but it's a lot. So
Yeah.
so like it's different. So it's like kind of learning to pivot and kind of get in like, okay, like they were doing the right thing. I just wasn't in that space to be able to understand it. And I'm like, okay, tip like I said, I'm dipping my toe in. Now I'm
Yeah.
getting into it. And like it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's part of dads are people. We have real feelings. We have real issues. We have real frustrations. And they all kind of get put in the back end because you put on this persona that everything is all good. And to the people who look up to you, you're expected, so we thought, to be a certain way. But I think you don't need to be expected to be a certain way. I think you need to just realize it's okay to not be okay, or to be upset or frustrated or mad or, uh, you know, out of sorts, scrambled. You can have a day. And as long as we're articulating that to our kids, that teaches them healthy emotions too.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Dad just needs a minute. Yeah, I just need a minute. I'm a little frazzled. Give me a second and we'll work through it. And, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I like to go. I'll just go sit on the toilet for like 10 minutes
Take your
and just
phone.
take my minute. Yeah, usually I'll take the phone. 100%. It's
Yeah.
attached to everyone's hand, right? But um, no, definitely. I think there's a healthy way to do it. And I think everybody, whether you're mom or dad or whatever, everyone needs
Yeah.
that step back. Um, and your partner to realize that as well too,
Mhm.
right? Like, you take your minute, yeah, I got it, it's fine, or I need a minute or whatever too. I think is great for
Yeah.
couples to do. And um but like you said, like, dads are absolutely just as important in needing that
Mhm.
quick little mental break and get back into it, right? Just as much
Yeah.
as anyone else's.
Yeah. Well, I know, and this is kind of off topic, but I got to say it because it just popped into my brain. So we're sitting there yesterday, and Victoria goes to me. She's like, "Dad," I'm like, "Yeah." And Victoria's not really like a big joker, but this was kind of funny. She goes, "Dad, you know what?" She's like, "Takes you like 3 minutes to shower. Takes you like 2 minutes to get your coat and boots and get ready to go." But she's like, if you got to go to the bathroom, you're gone like 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, hey, that's my space. This is my sanctuary.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt.
Yeah. Because they will bug you in the shower,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? They'll bug you when you're doing something,
Yeah.
but no one will bug me when I'm in the bathroom anymore.
No, no,
So
just let
that's
you
the
be.
fortress of solitude,
Oh,
right?
it's a solitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes I won't even put the toilet seat up. It's just already down. I'll just sit on it. Just
yeah. Yeah.
wait.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
It could happen. It might not. I'm just taking it's just a space.
Yeah.
You know what they need? You know what we all need though? It's those fancy toilets like they have chairmans that are heated with like the fucking like all the fancy settings and stuff on them, then a guy would never want to leave. Like you'd
As
be,
many times as I've been there and everyone says it, I've never been to the
what?
toilet there. I've
No.
been there multiple times, but everyone says try it. I've never gone.
It's got like a pad on the wall with like all kinds of buttons. I don't touch them. I don't touch them because I'm scared that something could happen that I'm not prepared for.
Yes.
Like if I got a water jet shoots up my taint and that at the same time, might have a problem. Might have a problem. It might scare the shit out of me, literally. I don't know. I don't think I want that. I'm not pushing buttons, but the toilet seats are heated, and
Yeah.
it's kind of relaxing. I'm like, this is kind of nice. Yeah.
But isn't it always been gross when like, I've worked construction, I'm sure you have too, is where you go to the toilet and it's already warm and you're like, oh,
Oh yeah, but it's different because
it's
there's
different, I guess.
someone's in there and cleans that shitter as soon as you walk out. It's like they clean
Yeah.
it instantly, so you know it's fresh.
Yeah.
That said, if I went into a McDonald's and had to take an emergency shit and I sat on the toilet and it was warm, I'd have the ick instantly. I'd be like, oh, fuck. Some big old trucker's ass was on here.
Yeah, just the best.
Fuck. Burn it
I
down.
will say
Burn it down.
our our um our condo in Mexico had a bidet in it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? I'm in.
You took it for a test spin?
I did, and it was shitty the first night. We didn't have water for quite a bit,
Oh,
and
yeah. You were telling me
I
that.
think in the boys' room they were fucking with it.
Uh-huh.
And so once the water was on, we weren't in our condo. We were at our brother-in-law and sister-in-law's. We
Uh-huh.
come up there, and their entire bathroom is just fucking water everywhere.
Oh,
So I was just like, at first I was like, this toilet leaks. And then in the morning I was like, no, those kids were playing with it and didn't turn it off because there was no water because they didn't know.
like your
And
kids or the repair kids?
our kids, no, our
Oh,
kids,
fuck.
right? So I was just pushing it all with the towel. There happened to be a drain in the corner into a drain, right? But no, I took her for a full 7-day trial and I'm in. I thought it was sweet.
There's there's like a kit you can get
Yeah.
on Amazon. They were talking about it. I can't remember where I heard it, but it's like the flushlet or something let, and then you just plumb it into your. It doesn't look hard. I don't know.
No, I always thought you had to have like electricity or something, but no, it's just on
No,
water
no,
pressure and you just
yeah,
little button dial and
yeah. But then it's cold. It's
maybe you didn't recognize because in Mexico you were already
yeah,
moist anyways.
yeah. But like it's cold up here. I don't know about that.
That might be a
I
thing.
maybe want to see if I could get one that had like a heating element to it. You can
I'm
get
sure you can.
You can get those fancy toilets on Amazon for like legit like $900. And it's got all kinds of buttons and heating elements and stuff. You'd have to have power for that, but
Yeah,
mm,
it's worth
why
looking
not?
into. Yeah,
Next project, maybe we'll put in a powered toilet with a bidet and a heating pad, right?
and you never leave.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's just like that was that was just something that popped into my brain today. I'm like, you know what? I think some dads just don't realize that they need to share that they're a person too, and they're not just dad. You know, I lived a full life before I had kids. And those are conversations that you have to have with your kids too. It's like, I heard it the other day, and it's like, you know what? It's okay to tell your kids that you made all the same fuck ups that they did. And the reason why you're telling them X, Y, and Z and don't do this is because you had to suffer the repercussions of it and don't want them to make the same mistakes you did. Not that
Yeah.
some of these experiences you have to have, like this is a fact,
Yeah.
but maybe don't put your whole ass into it like I did, and you'll be better off for it because we did some stupid shit, and I got a lot of really fun stories, but at the same point, didn't work out so good for some other people that did the same stupid shit I did, and
Yeah.
ended up in a very bad situation, and it's not good. So, that's one of those things. Dad isn't just the bankroll. Dad isn't just the guy who drives you to hockey practice. Dad isn't just the guy that, you know, cooks you a barbecue or does whatever. Dad's a person and dad has feelings and dads matter too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Moms have been saying this for years, and rightfully so. They should have included us in this. When the whole mom movement. You remember when the mom movement kind of came out, and the moms were like, "Moms are people too," and totally they are. But I think that was just like, and totally bang on. Fucking moms rock. Moms do a shit ton of stuff. I do not do Christmas like Crystal does. Can't do it. She's
Yeah.
got that shit on point. Give her all the thanks in the world for rocking it. But when all these moms are saying all this shit and being like, you know what, maybe it should have been moms and dads are people too, and not just your parents. And those topics had to come out. And I think there's a lot to it. I think there's a way more to it than we even scratched on today. But
Oh, for sure. Like y- you look at, the old adage of when you have kids, that's you have 18 years,
yeah,
if you only have one or whatever, but the entire time from birth until, they're, 18 or whatever,
uh-huh.
you give up everything for it. It's like, I don't think you have to. I think you can still enjoy, your own life and the things that you
Fuck
like
yeah.
and all the same experiences, right? You don't have to just be lockstep with them every step of the way,
Yeah.
right? Because they I'm all for them learning their own freedom and stability and
Uh-huh.
lessons on their own, right?
Yeah.
But again, I'm still a person. Tara's still a person. She has things she enjoys. I have things I enjoy.
Uh-huh.
Same with you, right? And
Yeah.
you don't have to feel that you're pushed into an old society of just you follow your kids and you do whatever they want because that's boring and
That is
annoying,
boring.
right?
That
So
is boring.
no,
Hence,
definitely.
hence our kids got scooters to go scootering with your kids this summer so we can play frickin' cornhole and drink whiskeys, because I don't want to go scootering.
No, I got to remember where the chargers are now. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
They're
That's
packed away.
and Amazon has chargers for everything,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Crystal lost the remote. No, the remote broke for her Wuzu fan. You know,
Oh yeah.
she's got one of those Wuzu fans because she can't sleep without a fan on. So I've learned to climatize and like bundle up real tight in the blankets, and she sleeps with the fan on. And so the fan remote bust. So she ordered a new one off Amazon. Like shit, there, because like they're all different. So you can't just go to Victoria's Wuzu fan and steal the remote from it, because it's a countertop one and Crystal's is a pedestal one, and they're different. So you
Of
gotta
course.
you gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. So it's like, okay, well, we got remotes, we've got chargers. I've got one of those USB things that's got 30 different ends. And so, oh, you don't have,
Oh, okay.
do you have,
Um, like a power bar or
no, so it's like a cord, right? And it's USB. But all the little kids' toys and shit, they got the little
yeah,
plugs and you stick it in. And if it's not USB, it's one of the round ones,
yeah.
right? But they're all different sizes. So I got a kit that's got the male end, and then it's got 30 different male ends that you can step it down into different. Yeah,
So many.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So it's like all shapes and sizes, make it fit. Blue Chew.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Yeah, speaking up, but yeah, no, it's pretty slick. So now I'm not sitting there because like Nadia's got an RC F100, like an old 70s style RC truck, super cool.
Mhm.
And so it takes special ends to charge it. And obviously the cord got lost at Christmas time, the year she got it. It's like 2 years ago. So it's like, okay, well, I need to find a cord for it. So I just ordered this multi-purpose one on Amazon, and you can change it, step it down to anything. So it fits everything. It's good.
That's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. It's a great idea.
Yeah. So yeah, it's super handy. I suggest if you have anything that takes the round male ends in charging applications, get one of those. They're diverse.
Yeah, for
They're
sure. I'm gonna
fucking.
look at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what, you're heading back to GP after New Year's?
Yeah, Sunday. Back
Sunday.
Sunday. Saturday, we're going to an Oilers game, and then I'll leave from Edmonton on Sunday.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I mean, unless the roads are terrible, which I told work I'll drive to conditions or I won't.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah. And with the way the weather's been, like it's hit and miss on what's going to go on.
Mhm.
Uh,
It's been brutal,
weather,
especially up there.
wow. I was talking to my business partner this afternoon, and he's been moving snow all day. Like he said, what did he say? They got like 8 inches overnight, and they had a ton already. They were driving through 3-foot drifts to go for brunch on Sunday.
Yeah.
No.
I did enjoy the +4 today, though, and 7 tomorrow. I think
Nice.
we'll be good.
7
Yeah.
tomorrow. I think we're going to try to sneak out and do some ice fishing tomorrow, is the plan. Because Jonathan, my
That'll
buddy,
be good.
and his girlfriend are coming down from Edmonton for New Year's. So I think the plan is we might dip out and go and do some ice fishing tomorrow down Chain Lakes. See if we can catch some perch and some trout and stuff like that would be pretty good. And then New Year's Eve, yeah. And then maybe meet you guys for bowling or whatever, and then fucking out of who knows. Throw caution to the wind and just let her go where it's gonna go.
For sure, yeah.
Everything in Okotoks shuts down at 10:30 or 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve. So
That's crazy. I think you at least hit 12:30.
nope. I think the thing is they've had too many instances and issues in the past with like a small town. Everyone thinks it's okay to drive home,
Yeah.
you know, and it's not okay.
Yeah.
So I think I'm speculating, and I could be totally wrong, but I kind of think because all these places used to be open till fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. I kind of think it's either the staff don't want to stay late, or they've had too many issues in the past on New Year's, so they just changed their hours for New Year's and everyone go home at 10.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Makes sense.
makes sense. I think it's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you want everyone to go on home and be home for New Year's and be safe, that's fine. If you want to go out to an event for New Year's, then I guess you're going to the city, and that's fine too. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know, but that's kind of the play anyways. So yeah. Well, maybe we'll see you guys on New Year's Eve then.
Absolutely. Let me know.
Right on. And then we will record another episode of Shitty Dad Podcast next Monday. So until then, I'm Blair.
I'm Joey.
We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.